Hello, and welcome back to the biggest atrocity in The Sims 4. Oh, let me try that again. Hello, and welcome back for a Sims 4 review for a kit that none of us asked for. Something's still missing on that. Hello, and welcome back to the most negative review I'm probably going to give ever on this channel. That sounds about right. Have I seen anything in the kit? No. Can I go ahead and recommend you not buy this? Absolutely. Well, I guess that's my review right there. That's a wrap. In case you've been living under Patrick Star's rock and you don't know what I'm talking about, we have two new SpongeBob kits, which is absolutely wild to me to even say out loud that it's not just one, but two that are bundled together, and it's a limited time thing on top of that. I never ever want anyone in my chat to come in and say Journey to Batu is the worst pack moving forward. I never want to hear that. So there's a lot of things that dropped all at once, and I'll go ahead and walk through those just at a high level so you can know before we dive into the kits what we're getting ourselves into. So I'll link this down below if you want to check out. I have it for the kits and also the Deck the Palms event that's going on. So first, there is this limited time Sims 4 Bikini Bottom Bundle, and it's going to be available through March 3rd, and it offers access to 3 exclusive items alongside both kits. So you can like have this guitar, you have the aquarium, and the pirate jungle gem. Now, I will say, at least for these like little free items that you can get, we already have something like this for the playground equipment with the pirate ship type vibe. So honestly, you're not missing out on anything, because I think that would be like one of the cool objects. This is, it's cute with the aquarium, and you can see all their homes here with the pineapple, Squidward's house, and then Patrick's rock. Fine, but we have plenty of aquariums, right? We don't have a lot, but you know what I mean. We already have an aquarium. We already have like several guitars at this point. I don't think you need the Goofy Goober guitar, although, I'm a goofy goober, yeah, we're all goofy goobers, yeah. Okay, I gotta stop. I grew up with SpongeBob, and the only reason I can think that they did this was simply because, actually, I don't know. I guess it was like nostalgia that they're going for, because the average Sims player is literally like in their upper 20s, lower 30s. So it's like target audience is a bit off on this. Like, I don't think there are a lot of little kids that play The Sims. Honestly, I really don't. I played it as a kid, but it wasn't like I was sitting at the computer playing this when I was 6 years old, Like, I don't know. I grew up watching SpongeBob. I'm not trying to bash SpongeBob. I'm just saying that the Sims 4 SpongeBob collab was not on my 2025 bingo card. So for this first kit, it is the SpongeBob's house kit. So Simmers can create their very own version of 124 Conch Street using pineapple under the sea siding, walls and roofing, crowned with playful pineapple topper. Complete the look with floor tiles and wallpaper swatches like sturdy steel, plating walls, bamboo, blah, 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 blah. So it's just stuff with SpongeBob's house, The other one is the SpongeBob Kids Room kit. I will say some of this stuff looks kind of cutesy. Like, okay, I get it. I like getting stuff for kids' rooms. And it says Simmers can create the littlest fan's bedroom. Yes, I did read that right. Okay. SpongeBob-inspired furniture, toys, and accessories from pineapple pattern pieces to character posters and playful accents straight from Bikini Bottom. Even the Krusty Krab gets a visit with the new replica toys, sure to soak up the fun. I think the thing that's already, other than the fact it's SpongeBob and just so left field, the thing I don't like with Sims necessarily when they do stuff like this is I think of the Sims universe as its own thing. This is kind of the equivalent of putting English instead of Simlish in the game, like for posters and pictures and stuff like that. I don't know if that translates, and by all means, feel free to disagree. I don't know. It's just weird to put actual things from it's not even things, it's just like characters, and it just feels like branding, like branded stuff, like logos. Like if we had, I don't know, Polo or Ralph Lauren, like clothing or for Sims and Cast, and you had the logo, and it just feels weird. It doesn't feel like it belongs. So that's what I don't like about this type of stuff with the collaborations. Star Wars is a little bit different in the sense of I only have used Journey to Batu stuff for build buy mode. I can't speak on gameplay at all. I like a lot of the stuff in the Journey to Batu game pack for build buy, but the thing is when you look at it, you don't think of Star Wars necessarily, unless you like have the cruisers or like the spaceships, stuff like that. I get it. Okay, like yes, that screams Star Wars. We have like the actual Millennium Falcon in the game. I get it. That's not what I'm talking about. It's just, it doesn't feel the same. I can't explain it very well. Like it just doesn't sit well. I need to shut up. Okay, so on top of all of this, there is a Deck the Palms login event that's happening. This will start on December 16th and go through January 11th, and you can unlock a lot of Sims 4 objects and rewards, including exclusive SpongeBob items like the new Krabby Patty recipe. I will say, I think that's kind of cute. Like, I like the idea of putting that in the game because it just kind of looks like a burger. You know, it's not going to look really drastically different. Now, I do think we have some pretty cool items that are going to be dropping with this. The thing that I don't like right off the bat is that they're starting to include things like variations of things that require other DLC. So you can see like we have these different variations for cats and dogs with the clothing, but you have to have the cats and dogs expansion pack. There's a new like kiosk looking thing from businesses and hobbies. And then Adventure Awaits, which just came out, there's some stuff for that too. So I don't know. I really just think they're setting up for like this kind of transactional thing where they're gonna stop giving us stuff and you have to pay to get other objects and things. So I don't like the fact that they're doing a login event where you actually have to have other DLC. That doesn't sit well with me. I don't really support that. I think that defeats the purpose, because then if people don't have these packs but they want these objects, then that's still not going to incentivize them to want to log into the game. I think they're missing the mark on so many things at this point, and with everything happening in the community, I think this is truly just an awful decision. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't think they are thinking through things other than just they want money and they're trying to get people to buy other DLC. At this point, like I think they're kind of getting ready to wind down The Sims 4. I think we might get just one or two other expansion packs if that, and I think they're getting close to just closing this cycle on this game. So I think that's why they're starting to introduce integration of all these other DLCs for these events and stuff like that, because they need people to buy all the other packs that they have so they don't have to keep creating new ones to earn money. That's just all I'm going to say on that. I know I'm ranting a lot, but let's get into the kits and we'll see what the objects look like. So we're going to look at the SpongeBob's house kit first. So we have that legendary life raft chair, which I think if any of us have watched SpongeBob, we're going to be very familiar with basically all of these items. But I was curious to see the swatches, because obviously in the show it doesn't have different colors. So that's what I'm most interested in seeing, are the different variations. And we do get 12 swatches, and they are really fun and colorful. At least like they're going all in with that. Like it's funny because that's obviously Patrick inspired. So maybe they have different characters that are inspiring some of the swatches here, which is kind of a cute idea. You know, this is very specific. I just feel like most of the objects in this kit and like the other kit are going to be more specific for like certain types of builds. I am currently working on a fairy castle build. Some of these items might actually look really cute in there and certain areas of the castle, but it's just like this is for very nautical type inspired builds, and I just don't know if they're going to be as versatile. Something like this though could be very versatile. There are 9 swatches for this little chair, and I actually like this. Like this is fine. I could see myself using this in like pubs and like just some more rustic or vintage cottagey type builds. Tudor even, I think you could get away with using stuff like this in. Some of this stuff could be versatile, but stuff like this I'm just like, okay, well, we'll see what happens. That looks so high. Like, they just look so high up. Do your Sims actually go up that high to sit on it? Maybe that's the regular height. It just looks so bulky, though. And then this also has the same kind of 12 swatches as the other one does with the chair. I wonder if this is like a Plankton-inspired swatch. I could be off the mark on thinking that, but they definitely give me vibes of certain characters. Okay, then we have a little dining table, Fry Cook's dining table. It would be cute to, like, recreate the Krusty Krab. You could do some pretty interesting things. I'm gonna go ahead and pull both of these tables. So for this one, we have 10 swatches, lots of neutral tones, but also reds and greens, which, ooh, reds and greens. Oh, I'm doing some Christmassy builds. I think I could maybe use this. I have like a big toy store shell on my 64 by 64 Christmas village I'm working on right now. And I think that some of the stuff from the SpongeBob, especially the like kids room kit, will go well in there. This one also has 10 swatches. I like that we get some worn swatches where it looks older like that. Like this is something that's a bit more versatile you could use. You could use this a lot and like Sulani with like the tiki bars and stuff like that. I think could work really well. I'm honestly trying to think of ways that you can use these objects for other builds, because otherwise it's just like a complete miss, and I'm already not happy that they did this. But Goofy Goober guitar, you have 6 swatches of that. I guess that's like the SpongeBob inspired swatch there. There's Patrick. I think that's Squidward. That almost looks like eyeballs at first. I was like, wait, what? I was like, it's eyes. And then you just have a couple of neutrals with white and black. So that's kind of funny. And then we have the little sky flower. Now this is actually kind of cute. Like I could see it's a plant, right? So I could see myself using this in a lot of different ways, and I would probably size it down. It has some fun swatches. I really like that one actually. If I were to use this, I'd probably size it down a good bit, like in a bathroom or something. I feel like that could be a cute little item. And then we have the fun frames, so you can put that up on the wall. I'd probably size that down. It looks like it's way too big. And then, oh, oh my God, I get some of these references. That's so cute. Okay, so we have 13 swatches for this. Oh my gosh, they put this. I can't not think of Squidward dancing whenever I see this. That's so funny. Okay, Gary, we have their houses, handsome Squidward. Oh, Doodle Bob. We have Doodle Bob. That's funny. Wow, okay. It is nostalgic, I will say. Trust me, I'm having more fun with the nostalgia of it than I am like the actual kit. Okay, I promise. I'm probably still not gonna necessarily recommend this kit at the end of this. So we have 9 swatches for the conch shell, which I do like having this. This is really cool. I remember a good ways back, I was looking for more seashell type stuff. You could even just pretend like it's an actual seashell and just size it down and do that. Like you could pretend you sell seashells of different colors. Like I could see myself putting this on sales tables, but that's a cute idea. And then we have the playing hooky lure. So definitely remember seeing this in SpongeBob's house all the time. And it has 9 swatches. Ooh, oh, that's cute. I like the swatch. I will say like the colors and swatches are kind of slapping. Like I do like the fun, vibrant color scheme of these. I know this isn't the best way. I should probably put it on this side. I like the wooden ones. Oh, one with the green. That could go well in like a lodge or something. Oh, okay. Like I said, I'm trying to think of different ways to use these objects because otherwise I'm just going to be completely unhappy with it. So this is something that goes like on the pineapple. It's at the top, but I'm not going to sit here and try to build a pineapple for y'all to do this kit because I don't care enough. And with this being 11 swatches, what in the world? That's some fun, quirky energy with that neon pink fuchsia color. And then we have a lot of neutrals, which is nice. It's just kind of funny. It's like I picture like that's the Squidward swatch. Almost said Squidward squatch. SpongeBob, maybe that's supposed to be, it's not really Patrick. That's like a little too vibrant for Patrick. Mr. Dr. Professor Patrick. Then we have a new light. I don't remember this. I probably wouldn't as a kid think of, looking at the light fixtures as much, but we have a new light fixture. It's kind of cute for, I guess, tiki nautical type vibes with the bamboo. The little TV. Now this I could see myself using in some interesting like fun capacities like basements or hideouts or like a tree house or something like that. I think would be a good use of this if you were to get it. It has 9 swatches, some different metal tones. Ooh, I like that kind of like rough with the blue color, the rustic blue. That's interesting. And then we have going on strike record player. I do like having something different than the few like gramophones that we have. So this is kind of nice to have. I could picture myself putting this in like a ballroom or something fun like that. And it has 9 swatches, reds, greens, with the blue, and then some browns. And then we have the alarm clock, which all of us, I think, are familiar with. I wish they had made it actually big, though. Like, in the show, it's literally, like, that big by his bed. I think people would have appreciated the realism from that with the show a bit more. But it has 9 swatches with some fun colors. We actually get a purple on that. That's interesting. And then we also have the bed, and it has 12 swatches with the jellyfish. That's cute. And then you have the flowers, you have hearts. I don't really like the heart ones. That doesn't really make sense to me. They could have done like pineapples or something a little more creative with that. I think the hearts are a little weird to put there. I like that there are candles though up here like in the show too. Interesting. It's an interesting choice if you were to use this. I'm not going to judge you if you do, but it's an interesting choice nonetheless. So we do get a couple of doors. So this is like the front door to SpongeBob's pineapple. Let me move some of this stuff out of the way. And then we also have this privateer door. Now I actually like this door if I'm being honest. This has 12 swatches and lots of metal tones, and then you get a green wooden one. That's kind of nice. I like that. And a red wooden one. And then we have 11 swatches. Whoa, man, that fuchsia color really sticks out. Whoa, the texture on that, is that like Doodle Bob? I think that's like a Doodle Bob style. Interesting. That color makes me think of the vintage glamour stuff, I think is what I'm thinking of. Yeah, that's what it's making me think of. I was like, there's definitely something I'm trying to remember with that. Yeah, even the lamp. Like you could go hard on that if you wanted to, but I digress. And then this is the pineapple topper. I mean, I honestly could see myself using this for other types of builds. even, you know, not being a pineapple. I think it's a little weird they gave us this like Doodle Bob version whenever he's drawing stuff out in that episode, because we don't really get that on any other items. We got it on the door and on the pineapple there. Maybe it's because he recreated SpongeBob's pineapple and that's why they did that. I don't know. But then we also have these vibrant sky flowers. These are kind of cute. I would use this on a very specific build. Like I recently did a clown build, like a house for a clown, and I could have seen myself using these outside for my clown house. But like, again, very specific type of use for that. And then we do have a new window as well. Honestly, I have seen people do like pirate ship or like just ships in general in The Sims. So this is a game changer for people who like to build those types of things in The Sims. I've never built a ship before, but that would be kind of cool now to try out, since we have the actual types of windows and doors you would see on a like old ship like that. And then we have a sun-soaked sand flooring. Honestly, I kind of like the idea of this. I don't like the texture of it though. Like when I look at this, I get with SpongeBob, they have the colored specks like that. I don't see sand when I look at this. I see it as just a weird flooring, like maybe a concrete or something. The texture on it is not very great for sand. But we do get other swatches in this. So we get this pink color, we have this like grayish tone, a more vibrant pink, and then this like yellow tone. Interesting with that. I don't know if I showed the colors of the windows, but it's the same 11 that we got with the doors. And then we do have some different wallpapers here. These are just the base swatches. Oh, that one's actually kind of cool. The metal plating one. I've done builds before where it's like abandoned or like apocalyptic. I did a drop ship one time. This would have been really great for that type of thing. I leaned on werewolves a good bit with some of that stuff too. So this is all of the swatches for the metal paneling. So we got 11 for the paneling, but then for the pineapple, only 4. I like this. Like this blue one is really cool looking. I don't know what I'd use it for, but I really like the look of that. We have these 4 with the Doodle Bob being this one. It's just kind of interesting. And then we have this wallpaper, which I wasn't expecting with the bamboo block print for it to be like different things entirely. That was kind of a nice surprise. So we have some like flowers on some of them. We have like the actual bamboo on others and some textures that are pretty fun. That's a pretty interesting combination for that wallpaper. And I think that's everything, y'all, from this one. So now let's jump into the kids' room kit. So for this one, we have a clam-shaped task chair. Interesting. Whoa. Okay, we have like some really fun renditions of this. Again, don't know why they did the heart stuff. I really don't like that. We have Patrick's pants in here. So 12 swatches with the little flowers. We have some abstract kind of looking designs. Oh, that one's cool with the anchor. I actually like that. I'm not gonna lie. And then just some bubbles. I love that. I would have liked for them to have maybe given us a couple of swatches for some of these different designs as opposed to like every swatch being a different design entirely. Maybe gotten rid of this altogether and given us another bubble color swatch, you know, or something along those lines. But it's kind of nice. I like the colors of it. It's fine. We have a desk and a nightstand, I'm assuming. So this has 12 swatches. Again, same types of colors. It's going to match really well with the house one as well. I like the ombre with the bubbles on the side. That's actually kind of cute, not going to lie. Again, with the hearts, I don't know. I feel like that's a little too cliche for me. I don't care about the hearts, but you do get the same patterns. So you could match the chair if you wanted to the furniture. That's pretty cool. And then 12 on the desk as well. So it's going to be the same type thing. I love this. This is giving me pastel pop kit vibes a little bit. Fun little desk for a kid's room, which honestly, that has been lacking. So I like the idea of that. And then we have the aquarium here. It is pretty big, I will say that. And then you have 10 swatches of this. Have a lot of neutral colors. And then you get a blue, a yellow, a red, and then like a pink, a faint pink color. It's almost like a periwinkle. And then this is the Flying Dutchman's Jungle Gym. Again, I don't really see this as being a valuable ad. I mean, we have the other base game Jungle Gym. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this is what I'm talking about. We have both of these, and this one's even pirate themed as well. If you don't get the extra items, it's not like you're missing out entirely. You just don't get SpongeBob on it, which honestly is not that big of a deal in my opinion. But this is the little Jungle Gym. I do like the colors of it. It's really fun and festive. Ooh, I like that green and white. That's kind of cool. And then you get some brown tones. So 9 swatches to play around with that. And then we have some wall decals. We have several swatches of these. Oh my gosh, we have 16 of them. That's pretty funny, not gonna lie. Oh, we have Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy in here. Imagination. Pearl. Oh, they put him playing the clarinet. Okay, I do like that, but that's because I'm a clarinetist. Okay, otherwise I probably wouldn't care that much. Plankton stealing a Krabby Patty. We have Gary, Sandy, and then some jellyfish. There's SpongeBob. Oh. I wasn't expecting this many swatches. Usually we don't get this many when we have like a plushie type toy. Oh my gosh, they put that one in here. That's so funny. Okay, so we have 12 swatches. The Doodle Bob is definitely creepy. This is giving me attic vibes. When we do spooky builds, like this is gonna go in there. Doodle Bob will be in there, but this is kind of cute. I like the nods to the episodes, and then you also get a Patrick one as well. So he has 10 swatches. Oh my gosh. Oh, they put that in here. That's so funny. You got sexy Patrick in here. Okay, cute. And then there's Gary. So this is 9 swatches for Gary. Oh, is this from, I think I remember an episode where Gary found like a snail that he was kind of into. And I don't know if that's her though. I feel like she looked different. But I remember the bow. So I think that's her though. Didn't her name start with an M or something? I don't remember. And then we also have this treasure map rug. Now, this is also nostalgic because growing up, we had rugs like this where it was like a race car map or something like that, a racetrack. And so I like these where you travel on the roads. I remember like actually playing with cars and stuff on them. So again, nostalgia. I think they were definitely going for nostalgia. You have jellyfish, then just some fun like swatches. Oh, I actually really like that. Wait, why do I like that? I like the colors. I really like the color combination of that. Oh, and then we have obviously like some of the same patterns that we have with the furniture over here. Interesting. I don't like the texture of the fringe on the sides like that. I don't know, something looks a little weird about that. And then we have a mobile. Interesting, jellyfish mobile. That's fun, has 11 swatches. Very eclectic. And then we have the Gary wall clock. Honestly, of the choices they put in the kit, I think they made some good choices. If you were going to do a SpongeBob themed kit, I think they kind of nailed some of the big ones that most people would know the references to. I'm trying to give credit where credit's due. I know I'm sounding a lot more positive though than I intend to be. Like I know at the start I came in pretty hot and heavy, but it's like I still feel that way. And then we have this like little bookcase. This is really cute. I like the shape, like having a boat-shaped bookcase. I like the concept of it. I kind of wish that it didn't have the characters in it, just so it was a little more versatile. Like I just don't want Squidward and Plankton in it or Starfish even, because you could put this and it not be like super over the top nautical themed, like just the plain swatch here. Like if you didn't have the Starfish and then the characters, like that could go in so many different types of rooms. It still can, it's just kind of different with the fact that you have the SpongeBob characters in it. It's always gonna feel weird because I don't like things crossing over from our reality into the Sims reality or like the Sims universe. I don't know. And then we have this little barnacle bureau, a fun little furniture piece for kids' bedrooms. I really don't see myself using like the SpongeBob swatches of things. I could see myself like using that or like the solid colors. Like some of these colors actually kind of imitate the Storybook Nursery kit. This is, I think, a little more green toned in a way, but let's just see for a second. Yeah. Like this is more blue. This is more of a green tone, like a seafoam color. It does look cute with this one though. Like you could definitely do some crossover with Storybook Nursery kit. Anyway, I need to get off that. And then we have a Sandy Cheeks. Oh, why is Sandy the big one? Like, why did they make Sandy the big plushie? So she just has 3 swatches. That's really funny that they did this one. But, you know, it is what it is. She just kind of looks weird. A little creepy. Then we have a toy chest. I like the toy chest on its own with like just not knowing it's SpongeBob themed. This would be really cute. You know, it's still cute knowing it's SpongeBob themed, but it's just, I don't know, it's a little tainted. And they do have the anchor on that, so that's really nice. So this all kind of goes together with the white and blue. Like I love that vibe. We don't get a lot of white blue combinations like this. And then we have the Krusty Krab play set, so like the dollhouse equivalent. So again, like I like the concept with the ideas that they had for it. Like that, if you're gonna do a SpongeBob kit, this is a really cute idea to turn the Krusty Krab into a dollhouse. You know, it's just still the fact it's SpongeBob though. I don't know. It's just really weird to me. It's gonna take some getting used to. Squidward, SpongeBob, Patrick. I feel like this is all where we see Squidward is just in the bookcase and that's it. Then we have like an activity table, 12 swatches, the same as all the other furniture. Oh, that's really cute. They put SpongeBob when he's an artist. That's funny. I like that for this. So that's all of the objects. We have this wallpaper, which honestly, that's kind of cool. It makes me think of similar vibes to Enchanted by Nature, the really extravagant wallpaper we got from that. And these are all of the swatches for that. I like that we got this one. It makes me think of the episode where they get lost and there are people who glow in the dark and they speak like, "Hi, what's your name?" You know, or something like that. It makes me think of when they got stuck down in there. There's a nighttime one too, so it's kind of funny. And then there's also like the floral one. And color-wise, it's the same swatches actually. That's kind of cool that they gave us the same type of vibe, even though it's a completely different wallpaper. That's what that looks like, all those swatches, 9 each. So I don't want the fun I had pulling these out as like, I don't want that to be like an indicator that you should get these, because it was nostalgic. It was cutesy. I like the concept behind it. Like, if you're going to do SpongeBob, I like the ideas and where they went with it and the direction of it. I just don't like having SpongeBob in The Sims. I just don't think the collab was right for the Sims community, especially the timing of it. And I know that this is probably something that's been in the works for probably well over a year, if we're being honest. It's just bad timing, and it doesn't make sense. It's just very weird. And for it to come out during the winter season, it's just even weirder to me. I don't know. Maybe there's like a big SpongeBob push across the market for a lot of different things for maybe the Christmas season. I don't know. But it's just really weird with the timing, not only because of the EA stuff happening, but also just the seasonality of it just doesn't make sense to me. I honestly I would not recommend this. I don't recommend it unless like you like to do nautical only builds all the time, or you like to do super quirky or funky builds. Like, I could see some of these objects being great for those. Again, I was just off top of mind trying to think of ways for cross compatibility. I do think like the style of some of the furniture with the big blockiness of it with the smooth corners makes me think of My First Pet stuff a little bit too, and I think the colors could work well with that as well. But again, it like seems to work well with some of the funkier other DLC that we have, so maybe that's what they're going for. I don't know. And there are items in the kits that actually do and could work across different types of lots, but not very many of them. And again, I just can't get over SpongeBob crossing into the Sims universe. Or I don't know, it just doesn't feel right to me. It just has a very marketing feel to it, and I don't like that. That's my take on it. I'd love to hear your comments down below on what you think, what you like, what you dislike about it. Like, I get that a lot of people are going to have very mixed feelings about it. I just think overall, generally, this was a huge miss for the Sims community. There's so many other things that would have worked so much better. If you're going to do a collab, like, there are so many other collabs that I think people would like to see more so than a SpongeBob one. I would just say save your money. If you really want it, do the bundle so you're not having to spend $14 and it's instead just $10. But obviously only do the bundle if you actually want both kits. Otherwise, it's a waste of money either way. And on that note, I just want to thank my channel members. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it. And if you want to check out any of my reviews of like actual like decent DLC, then I'll put the playlist over here for you. And with that, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye. Y'all, I think I just really struggled to convey my thoughts on this because it's just so weird. It's just so unexpected.